sex for roles. I've experienced it.
Wait a minute.
I
I'm seeing a bit of the, there's been this gender bias that women are the ones who suffer this.
it happens.
Because we don't
Men.
talk about
We don't
it,
talk
doesn't
about
mean
we don't talk
doesn't-
about it doesn't mean
But
it
it
happens
happens.
to men.
It does not mean it doesn't happen.
Welcome, Midnight Gisters, to another episode of Nighttime Gist.
Yeah.
Don't wake the neighbors, don't wake the neighbors.
True that.
True
that.
All right, today I have with me 3 very good-looking and talented men at my sleepover party. So we'll meet them right about where we started from.
Ladies, sorry.
Ladies.
Are we allowed to blush at this point? But let's go.
Let's start with you.
I take an offense.
Tell us your name, your occupation, whatever it is you want us to know.
That's me, yeah.
You got married. No, I'm just joking. But tell us.
Hey guys, my name is Udwabong Patrick. I'm a filmmaker. I direct, I produce, I write, I act occasionally, hoping that will become a more permanent thingy. All round film head. Like if it's film, wake me up any time of day. I do film. I'm trying to find my fingers into other businesses. I haven't decided just yet, but right now, film is all I do.
Thank you. And next.
Hi guys, my name is Ihiona Sydney Chisom. I'm an actor, a lawyer, and a compare host, whichever one you might call it. So that's the 3 major things I'm major on right now, and I think that's about it.
Nice.
Nice. Clap now.
Clap.
No easy.
Simon with the Y.
Why?
You get why. My name is Simon with the Y, but I'm an actor, radio presenter, Mr. Charismatic Nigeria 2024. I'm a fashion model. I'm Sucre Papito. You get why.
Now, wow.
Wow.
First of all,
Yeah.
this is a sleepover party. Why are you men all dressed up? Like, is there a party somewhere?
Get off my-
What happens to the PJs and what you used to? Like, you can't tell me this is how you go to bed. Is this how you go?
You really don't want to know how we go to bed.
Are you sure you want to know how
You,
to
do you want to know how we go to bed?
Well, I don't know for them. I'll speak for myself because the way they are pointing, like they don't.
Sydney?
I put on some things, but
Like what?
Like what?
shirts.
You
Are
wear
you-
shirt to sleep.
Yeah,
You
I wear
like
shirts.
Sydney
You
said
said
God.
Pants, trousers.
No, but
February.
I wear shirts.
In February.
I wear shirt. I mean, that's
Sydney in
that's,
February.
That's the
Okay,
point
don't
of
worry, don't worry.
edition now. Come on.
So none of you came like dressed like you're going to bed, or is it because
So the
this is
problem
a
is I can't
sleepover and I'm a woman?
I can't take off my shirt, but
Okay.
I feel like you're gonna be uncomfortable. You might just end up falling in love with me. So
God. God.
First of all,
gotta be careful.
I mean, they had a
You
party
wear- you-
attached.
take off your glasses, sir. We need to see your eyes.
My eyes are,
We need to thank
if you look
sir.
into my eyes.
Yes,
So first, are you in a relationship? Are you in a relationship? Let's be clear. Are you in
I
a
plead the fifth.
Okay, it's all right. It's okay.
Please, I'm single. Oh, I'm
You are
single. Slide into my DMs, my WhatsApp, everything. Just slide in, guys.
So you see the problem that we have with people. With
What?
Just take off the glasses.
If na man do this thing, and a problem. No?
That
Deny
what?
your boyfriend now. Have you?
I'm not denying.
I know he
anything,
should I call his name now for?
Okay, call his name.
No, please. No.
I should not.
Disaster.
She has a lawyer here.
Don't-
There's a lawyer in the house.
Don't do that. Don't.
There's a lawyer in the house.
Okay, let's move
She
on.
says she's single. She's single.
You're single.
You're an adult. If you're single, you're single,
I'm
right?
single.
Thank
oh.
you.
See me say, wow,
Please
now.
get into her
I'm
DMs.
single.
She's single.
Please, I'm very single.
Very.
After-
Emphasis
after
on the
this
very.
shoot- After this shoot now, you're gonna be doing night call with this guy. Are you
End of-
professing on
Which
dying
guy?
love to this same
Simon,
guy?
Who
end
is
of
the
story.
guy?
End of story.
All right, moving on.
Yes, thank you very much.
What? See, there is no guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Before the gist will start going sideways.
So I like the mix we have here.
Yeah.
A director and
Actors.
actors
Lawyer.
and yeah,
Sweet boy.
OAP.
and a
Yeah.
super papito.
Azukrita. Baby, say that again.
So we're just going to. I have stopped giving like topics because I feel it makes it very stiff. Like
Okay, true.
this is the topic debate. No, that's not what we're doing. We're just trying to slide into our conversation. When you guys were introducing yourself, what came to my head is this particular one. Did you decide to be an actor, or did you just stumble into it? Like, was it?
Hmm.
Have you always wanted to become an actor or a director, or you just stumbled into it?
So who's gonna go first?
Should
The
we?
person who asked the question.
Okay, because I asked the question, I go first.
Alright.
No, I didn't stumble into this. This is what I've always wanted to do. Where should I start the story from now?
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a voracious reader. I read a lot. I think my 10th birthday was a collection of books, right, from my mother, and an auntie gave me a dictionary called My Favorite Picture Dictionary. It was like a mini encyclopedia, had so many things in it, and I just had this thirst for knowledge. If it was Mills and Booms, I read it. It was James Harley Cheese, I read it. It was Pace Setter series, I read it. Name anything back then that was the hot cake, I read everything. So I've always known I wanted to be a storyteller. I wrote a bit of short stories. Then time for jam came. I wanted to be a lawyer at some point.
You did?
Yeah. I wanted
You should say
to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer, but something kept. I just had this nudge that law would not be the best fit for me, and so, you now wrote the first jam. Didn't get into uni. By the second time, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just go through jam prospectus and look for something different. And then I found theater arts, and theater arts was now a combination of everything I love to do. I love to read. I love to sing. I love to dance. I love to write. So I chose theater arts, and yes, then I studied theater arts. Came out with a double degree, theater arts and mass communication. So this is where things now get really interesting. While I was graduating, my favorite lecturer was asking me, Udox, what are you going to do now? I said, I don't know. I'm actually very confused because I wouldn't say I was like an A student, though. I came out today, strong tutu. But but I was the guy who had my fingers in every pie. Set design, I was there. If it's lighting, I'm part of it. If it's dance, I'm part of it. My project was on dance and directing anyway. And so my lecturer was like, see, for someone like you, two places where you will thrive. Either you're a cinematographer, if you're going into film,
Yeah.
or you become a director. So you can either do theater directing or film directing. And yeah, I think that was the direction I needed, because after university, one thing I've always known that in Nigeria, you've got to find your own path, create your own path. So I knew that the way I was going to break into the industry has to be very unconventional. So I thought I should apprentice, so I understudied at Amaka Igwe. I went to Amaka Igwe Studios. I asked that, Ma, can I come and learn this work? And she was like, yeah, that she's going to have like a 3 months, course for young filmmakers.
Yeah.
And for 3.5 months, we're meeting in her living room, and Amaka Igwe of blessed memory poured herself into us. We're like 18 of us. She taught us everything she knew about filmmaking and all of that. After that experience, I also interned and worked for free with Ememi Song. I did that for about 18 months. I was her executive assistant. She said she didn't need to hire me, but I was too passionate for her to just ignore. So come, work for me. So the only way I earned was when they were filming, or when there was a project, I would work as anything. I started as a production runner, I became a PA in Royal Arts Academy. That's where I cut my teeth doing everything. So I did everything. I think the only thing I didn't do was costume and makeup, because I was a props master, I was a set dresser, I was a first AD, I was a production manager, I was a script supervisor. I did everything Royal Arts. I was also a studio rat at Tinsel. And I mean, all of this experience was forming the foundation for what I'll become today. So I always knew I was going to be a director in the end. And when I made the attempt to direct my first short film, I still hate the film today. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. But by the second short film, it got better. My very first film I produced, I didn't direct that one. I wanted to produce and watch someone else direct before then going into directing my first feature. And 2015, that opportunity came. I directed Just Not Married in collaboration with Judith Aldo and Asaf, my two very good friends of mine. And boom, that was a springboard. That was a springboard, and that was all I needed. The confidence booster, everything that propelled me to what I am today. Long story short. What's the long story?
Nice. Thank
Yes,
you.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Wow.
Wow, moment of reflection.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking.
No, I think what I like is when you see the connecting dots in this, when it was someone that said you would, why
Thrive
don't
in
you try
this.
this? Because
Yeah.
sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah.
We're not saying something and everyone else is saying
Mhm.
it's like, why don't you try this?
Yeah. I mean, I took that with me,
Mhm.
and there are a few people in the industry that I have given that same advice to. There was a guy who badly wanted to be an actor, but he was terrible at it.
Oh,
But this guy had other strength. He was a fantastic organizer. And I said to him, guy, look, there is space behind the scenes. You will never shine as an actor. That's the honest truth.
try.
But if you want to learn production management, I can teach you the basics. And today, he's a fantastic producer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fantastic.
Want to tell us the person? We don't get keep here.
We don't get
Yeah.
The
You
but
don't
I mean,
get keep.
he started as a production manager before he became a producer. Okay, one. He produces for Udwake song.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've worked with
Heard the name.
before.
Okay, one. Great guy. Great guy.
Shout out to Okenwa.
Same thing with Daniel. Daniel too wanted to be an actor. I said, dude, just want to learn editing, leave acting to you. Yes, you're a fine boy, but you're stiff as a rock.
Try.
And he's a good editor today. So I mean, I took that with me, and when I see people who have certain flair for something else
Mhm.
other than what they just learn to observe and watch closely, and you find that there are lots of gems in these people. So I mean, I've taken that with me, and I've given some people good advice, and they owe their careers to me.
Godfather.
Abio.
Godfather.
You could say that again.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Who wants to?
What's
Sydney,
the-
Simon.
All right, I think I'll go next.
Yeah, I was
Yeah. So mine is a bit of it touches different parts.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to narrow it down. So when primary school, then we finish exams and they're marking the script. So you have free time on your hand. So there's usually a space of maybe a week before
Or final vacation.
party, vacation and all. So all those times we come to classes with our toys and games and whatever you have, gadgets and all that stuff. So we usually act drama. Now, those that are preparing for the last party, the vacation party, might be Christmas party and stuff, they have different sectors. The ones that do choreography, the ones that do drama, the ones that do other things and band display and all that stuff. So I was usually in choreography. I'm a terrible dancer, by the way. But I was
Terrible
usually-
dancer.
terrible dancer. terrible dancer. But I was usually in choreography and the drama. But because I was a terrible dancer, I channeled their energy to the drama side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was what it picked up. Now, moving on, I got into secondary school and all that stuff. I was always I had this sense of being vocal in me. So, firstly, I got into debates, junior secondary, and being sporty and all that stuff. So, I was always out there. But at the time, I could not channel it into one specific thing.
Yeah.
So it was like here, pick something and just push the energy there. So I was confused. I didn't know. I didn't even think that it was necessary at the time. So going on, because of my being involved in a lot of things, I got into debate, like I said, continuing the debate and stuff. Then I became the social prefect in senior secondary school and all. So around the time it going on and on and on, I featured in a movie, The Fear. It was produced by Kingsley Okereke. Still produces today. So I didn't audition for it because I don't like auditions. I hate auditions, right? So
Why?
I don't mind because I'm into commercials also.
Yeah.
So I don't mind commercials and stuff, but movie auditions, there's a lot of
Nerves.
people there and stuff, and I just don't like it.
You don't like crowds.
I don't like crowds and that kind of crowd.
What don't you like? You don't like the aspect of performing to someone or having to prove yourself to someone?
I don't have an issue proving myself or performing to someone, but the crowd there, it just puts me off.
So don't you think it's
So
part of the
I'm this kind of person that
Yeah.
if I come to a crowded space, I will be so quiet. But if I'm there to address the crowd, I will still be quiet. But once I get on stage, it's a different kind of me entirely. Do you understand? So that's more like mental preparation. So once I get there, I get down, do my thing and stuff. So
All right, please continue your story.
back to the movie. So his wife at the time was my mom's friend. They went to the same university. So the script was more like connection. So I got it. I just acted in front of the director and he said, okay, you're good to go. And him and my father knew themselves. So it was more like in a wee kind of thing, right? So I traveled with them, did a movie and, came back and all. So I didn't want to pursue the acting then. I was more focused on modeling. So this is where the whole thing took a different turn entirely. Acting was like the least thing I was even focused on at the time. I was very focused on modeling. So why trying to get into the model space? I started off with runway. I was terrible at catwalking. and I didn't have the height for it then. So I went to a lot of runway castings, including Elites, Bets. It's the biggest in Africa. I was hosted at Eco Hotel then. They caught some A people there and they gave out shirts to first timers. And while I was there, someone was saying in the audience, more like, after all this crowd here, they would just pick a guy and a girl and fly them to. So I'm like, oh, this crowd, a guy and a girl. At that point, I knew I had no hope. So I was just there for the experience. This was a long time ago. So it was just, that was the highest point of modeling and runway casting I attended. But the one thing always disqualifying me was my height. So they did minimum 6 feet guys, girls 5'10" or 5'9", they're 5'10", thereabout. So I was not 6 feet at the time. So it was more like, let him just try so he doesn't feel bad. That kind of energy. Because I knew that it wasn't going to work. So one day I called my cousin, who I'm close to, and told her, I complained to her bitterly that night. And I was like, look, this thing is not working. And I know you were into this space before. So what can we do? How can we match together? Then she said, oh, that's not a problem. That I have a selling face. I should go into commercials. So she linked me up with a friend of hers who was very much into commercial at the time. And he just told me, okay, meet me so and so place at the Keja by so and so day. So we met up and luckily it was my namesake. So we kind of blended well. And that was how he introduced me to commercial agents. Now, commercial agents in the game help you to avoid all this casting of multitudes. You meet thousands or hundreds of people for a row. It kind of
They just get you
cuts
through the
it
door.
strictly. So you just
straight in
go.
front of the client.
Now it's a bit rowdy. Then it wasn't. So for a row, you see like 10 persons getting to auditioning for one row, and it was much easier then. So they usually call it private castings at the time. So we did a lot of that. I did some couple of jobs then, and that was it. So it was now mainly commercials. I was doing commercials. So I had to slow everything down. I literally had to stop it because I had to focus my energy on school, right? I was already in university at the time, but my grades were dropping.
Okay.
So, and because I was in Imo State University, lived in Lagos all my life, went to a boarding school, the remaining half finished in Lagos. But being there, and obviously everybody knows the entertainment hub of Nigeria is Lagos.
Lagos, yeah.
So there was no how I'll be shuttling Owerri to Lagos every now and then. And because my grades were dropping, and I told myself, for you to meet up law school quota, there's a certain GP you have to meet, which is 2-1. So they will consider first class 2-1 before 2-2. Pass is almost as if you don't have hope. So you would have to wait for like backlog sets.
Yeah.
So I told myself that I'm not aiming for first class. I don't want first class, no. But definitely 2-1 or nothing. And I have a lot of cousins who are into the professional space. So they'll call me by my Igbo name. They call me at home, Chisom. They will tell me 2-1 or nothing, 2-1 or nothing, 2-1 or nothing. They were telling me this thing. So it was like registering at the back of my head. So after my 100 level, I saw my results. I was like, blood of God. What is this? I mean, I never had a carryover. There was never an F. So the least I saw was a D. And I told myself, hell no, I'm not going to get a 2 on this. So I had to like leave the whole thing. So I spoke to my mom, my parents actually. They were very supportive in the whole process and all. That's one thing that God blessed me with, very supportive parents.
Yeah, true.
So he told me and said, just leave this for now. Because there is no, you can't do it. Lagos to worry, that's like this. You can't do it. So just leave it for now. The other option was Asaba. And I did not want to even look towards that area.
That direction.
I didn't even want to consider it. Do you understand? So I did not want to at all.
That's Nollywood now.
No offense. But I mean, if
That's
not,
offense.
it's not. So there was when the movie I did with Kingsley Okereke came out, he aired on Rock TV and Showcase. So my friends were asking me that time, bro, how did you skip Epic? Usually people that start with Epic and move to that stand. So people were like, how did you skip Epic and all of a sudden you're in Showcase and you're in Rock? So I'm like, no worry, now God. I didn't want to tell them, oh, I know this person personally. I just said, just left everything on God at the time. So the whole school jamming and stuff. So I just left it. I focused on school, and got my 2-1 and got the hell out. Got to law school, did my thing too. I got the hell out. So I was like, okay. Along the line, other things were dragging. So let me just give it a try again. Let me just give it a try. And I used to watch a lot of movies and I watch a lot of award shows, music awards, and I'm like, that kind of speaking into existence. One day I'm gonna be up there, but it's not by being up there in mouth now. Like faith and walk, you have to act something, you have to do something, right? So then I pursued the whole thing, mixing the whole law practice and all. So one random day, this is now how I got into the YouTube space. So one random day, I was scrolling through Instagram. I've always followed Auntie O for a long time. So I saw she was looking for an actor, a Ghanaian actor, for something coming up, right? So I looked at it and she said, send a video to the production, which is Quantum Leap. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was what I did. And the next thing, Auntie Tommy called and reached out literally the next day, and that was it. That literally
You
was
reached
it.
out and by
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah, literally, I got a reply. by
Oh
the
my
next day.
God.
So when I just knew that there was a sense of grace to it, because for some reason that day, I was not even in the mood to go online. I just got back from work, so I was stressed. And combining practice with this, it clashes all the time. That's why my timing is very important. And I always emphasize on it, because one moment I need to do this, the other moment I probably need to file something, so and so and so and so. I need to be here and all that stuff. So that happened, and the next day they reached out and replied, sent a video, and that was it. And voila, here I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Remind me to tell you the
That's-
back end
that's-
of the part where you reached out and then
yeah.
got the response the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the story. Now it makes
I
sense.
definitely want to know. I definitely wanna know.
Yeah.
So I think that was it. And yeah, I hopped in a really long conversation also with Auntie O and Auntie Tommy. So I think after the conversation and next thing we started to work together. So
Yeah.
I think that's about it. This is just to sum it up. I mean,
And I
there
am
are
the
other
most
things
wanted
in between,
bachelor.
but yeah. That's about it. That's about it.
Wow.
Hydration check. Don't forget to drink some water and subscribe. Self-care comes in many forms.
Amazing story. That was so beautiful. Touching.
What are you?
What are you on about? Your turn, Simon.
No, but
Yeah,
I mean, that's really...
How did you get into
my story is long, oh.
being a sucre papito?
I mean, I've always been sucre papito,
Oh,
But yeah, I started off as a dancer, very serious dancer, professional dancer at that. Professional.
What crew were you in?
Omo, go sabi am. That was way back. I started dancing from when I was a teenager.
What crew were you in?
The ensemble.
The ensemble. Do you guys do multinational dance or?
No, we did not. That's the problem. We thought these things were just children picking play.
Can't be a professional
That's
dancer.
how
You
serious
know,
the
So let me explain.
Wait,
Did
you
you
know-
follow
I didn't want to
me?
say no. I was a
Follow
very good
me.
dancer to
I'll take you somewhere.
But I never taught Martina dance off because
So we didn't.
Malta Guinness one.
I said all those things. We saw them as
Compete with Malta Guinness.
children's
Child
play.
play. Children play.
So let me explain something to you. So I started dancing. Initially, it started off as just normal church people. You know, I mean, I grew up in a Catholic background. You know, all those things. I'm not a Catholic anymore, but it's fine.
I feel offended because I got
Chai.
I'm sorry, but you'll be fine. Anyway,
Well, why? Okay, sorry. Let's not get into that. I even want to know.
so no. The reason why I even left the Catholic Church is not because I don't like the Catholic Church. My family members are still Catholics. I'm the only one that's not a Catholic. But yeah, so I started dancing in church for bazaar, you know, the harvest,
Okay.
birthday celebrations, weddings, traditional marriages. We didn't do burial, no. But, you know, all these things and everything. Then we got connected to the then Commissioner for Information in Cross River State. So started dancing for the state government. Every 1st October, every 27 May, every government function, we're always dancing. So we became government dancers. So that's why I said Martina dancer, unless.
Oh, you guys were already making money.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
all these things are our capas, you know. So in 2009, we went for the first Abuja Carnival. I think I repeated GS3 that year because of dance.
Wait, you
That
were
was-
still that young and you were doing that
Oh,
kind
of
of
course.
dance?
I started dancing from when I was young.
Wow.
Like I think
I
we're
can
like,
see why you're proud.
Well-
You know these things that all those
Well,
dancers used to do. If you went to a boarding school, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
the
but
first
I'm the only person
feeling
before I
like
even go to a boarding
you can
school.
dance.
You know, so I started dancing. I danced till 2012. Then I started doing modeling, runway modeling, and it was cute. You know, it was beautiful because my older brother was a runway model. So I saw him. Whenever I see him dress up and he's walking, I'm like, this guy. Aside him, my late sister too was into entertainment. She started off as a dancer too, with the cultural troupe in Calabar, and then
He's
she moved
talented.
to Lagos. She was now working with National Troupe of Nigeria. So they were not traveling outside the country. I was like, my role models, guys. I'm gonna be like you guys someday, you know. So I started modeling. I didn't stop dancing. I was still dancing, but at this point, I started transitioning from one thing to another thing. I started finding myself, and like, okay, I love modeling, because in 2008, we went for a particular camp like that, ASFAC, a State Fit for a Child. It was the then First Lady of Cross River State that organized it. So every local government, you bring at least 3 children from a local government. So my dad, now a senior man, so they reached out to him, and so he sent me there. You know, so I think I did one runway for them, and then they made me the ASFAC king for that year. So from that day, I just know say,
your pride is.
you know,
Your pride.
yeah, so you see why I say I've always been sucre. You understand this, you know? So I've known that there's something. Entertainment has always been that thing for me. And so in 2000, I started modeling. It was hard at first because, not because I was a bad runway model, but because I didn't have the outfits that time. So I started having inferiority complex. I suffered it a lot. When I see these guys with well-chiseled body, tall, they walk with their fine out. I'm like, I was going through a lot. I won't lie, you know. But I mean, I fought it. Started modeling 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. I noticed that I'm still no dey work for Calabar. Runway modeling no dey work for Calabar. I'm like, nah, we need to do something else. So I went back to dancing again, full time. And then I went for Akwa Ibom at 30. I think that was in 2019, if I can remember. Akwa Ibom at 30.
Yeah, 2019.
20, yeah. That was like, I think that was, aside dancing when I was young, that was like the biggest platform I've ever danced. You know, we had over 2,000 dancers come to audition for that particular performance only.
See why I don't like audition.
So, so you can imagine how out of at least 2,000, because dancers came from Port Harcourt,
Yeah,
Abuja, Calabar, Akwa Ibom had like almost 1,500 dancers.
Oh my God.
You know, so dancers came from everywhere. I got the gist about the whole audition 2 days before. So you can imagine all of us. We're like 10 of us that left Calabar for that particular. We're like, we gas rush. Then transportation from Calabar to here was like 400. You know? So we left Calabar as early as 6 a.m. Audition was for 7 a.m.
Wow.
We left Calabar like 5:30, 6 a.m. that morning. That's how much I loved dancing. So we got to Uyo, and then we went to the stadium, and they were like, oh yeah, out of, I think over 2,000 people, They started doing the breakdown from there. They sent 100 people home, another 100, another 200, just like that. We would just get our corner, you know. And then somehow I made the cut, and then we did that dance, and the government paid us. As at 2019, I think they paid us 150K.
Wow.
Yeah, that was big money.
Yeah.
Aside
Yeah,
Abuja
that
Carnival,
time, yeah.
Abuja Carnival 2009, they paid us as a teenager. They paid us 20K. That
That was-
20K
that was a
paid,
lot of money.
What? Paid my school fees, buy me new school uniform, and everything. My parents were using me to brag because my father was a prisons officer. So I was like a role model to children in the barrack. You know that thing where they'll tell you, you see your mates. I was the mate they were
You
talking
made
about.
the
No jokes. Like parents will come to me like, can you carry my child? Can you? I put like almost 5 to other boys. Follow me. I'll be your mentor. Follow me. Let's go. You know, it was beautiful. And I like the fact that I had people with me, my people. So we'll go for rehearsal together. We'll win together. Even the Abuja Carnival, they did not make it because they had to carry strong hands. Now, funny thing is that Abuja Carnival, they needed us for 2 performances. One was in Calabar for a government function. Then we had the Abuja Carnival. So our director was like, all of us cannot go. So they had to divide us.
So
12 will stay back, 12 will go. Now the question was, who will go to Abuja and who will stay back?
Fight.
It wasn't really fights per se, but there were a lot of tears because the ones that didn't make it to Abuja started crying. You know, but I made it to Abuja. Glory
Of
to
course.
God.
Now, why are they proud like this?
I wonder why. How we made it.
But yeah, so after modeling, I started dancing again, and then I broke my knee one time when I was dancing. So dancing became very difficult for me because whenever I danced for too long, I started having that serious knee pain. I was like, okay, fine. Then I fell in love with acting. No, I fell in love with presenting on radio. So I listened to these guys. I'm like, I want to have this experience. Not because it is my first choice. No, I just wanted to have that experience. So when I listen to these guys, especially late at night, I'm like, this is really nice. I don't call. That's a funny thing. I just listen.
just listen.
You know, I listen sometimes from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Yeah.
till sometimes 1 a.m.
Yeah.
They are just talking. People will call in. I'm like, I want to have this experience. You know, so I remember traveling to Akwa Ibom that period, like almost every weekend. I will go to different radio stations. I don't want to call their name. If I call their name now, I'll drag them. But let's leave it like that. I went to different radio
We don't get
stations.
skip.
Different radio stations, and they all turned me down. Baba, I wanted to
Child.
go mad. And at that time, life don't dey very serious. At that point, we're not doing, they do, life is now very serious.
Yeah,
you know that
no
you are
more-
not,
You're not. You're
you are
adulting.
not, you understand?
You're
No more
adulting
daddy-
at
you are
that
not
point.
daddy
Mommy
boy
take man.
anymore. You know, but before this, I had done some films in Calabar. I had worked with Sean George. There was a man that came from Asaba. John Chuka came from Asaba to do one film in Calabar like that. And so he had an audition. And that was my first sub-lead. As a young actor, waiting I sabi. But they all fell in love with my acting. You know, so I'm like, something there here. But I said, let's just do radio first. Because I wanted to have that experience.
Yeah.
And so I finally got the radio job in Akwa Ibom. So I finished, I worked with radio for like, I think a year and some months. And then I wanted to now do acting full time. But I did not just want to just jump into it. I wanted to go through the process. So I said I need to go to a film school. New York Film Academy has always been in my head all these years. But I said, no, let's start from somewhere. So I went to Royal Arts Academy, Uyo campus. Because Lagos campus, they wanted to cut my head with amount. When I see money almost 300K, I say, hey, Uyo was like 100 and something. I'm like, no, I'm not going to run them. So I went to Royal Arts Academy, stayed 3 months there, and then started doing some jobs in Akwa Ibom. I don't know if this movie ever came out, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We move. And then I started planning to move to Lagos. Right? It was not so easy. But how I came to Lagos is still a miracle. So two friends of mine, they sent me, one of them sent me the flyer for my present radio station now, the one I work with. They were looking for presenters. Another one sent me the one for Cool FM. And so I auditioned for the both of them. Cool FM did not call me, but Lounge called me. So Lounge needed me for physical auditions on Saturday. I got this email on Thursday.
Wow.
Mind you, I've gone back to Calabar at this point. So I had to be, in their head, they thought I was in Lagos. So I had to be in Lagos.
It was by Friday. Late.
I started making calls. Baba, send me money. I need to be in Lagos. So I finally got the money. I went to the park. I booked. The next day, Friday, I was supposed to leave. A friend of mine called me. I was like, you cannot use bus. Because if you use bus from Calabar to Lagos, you'll be in Lagos late in the night. Before you would sleep, wake up. And then, so you had to book a flight for me. I'm like, chai. Have friends that have money. They're why. You know? So I came to Lagos on Friday. I went for the auditions on Saturday. I didn't get the job at first. I went back to Calabar again because, so I'm a church boy. Let's start from there. So I had this program in church. I needed to go to Calabar because I had to solo. Oh, I sing, by the way, because I had to solo that particular song.
Very talented.
Oh, I've done a song one time, secondary school. I don't even know what that song is. I wish I could hear that song again.
Sure.
Should I sing for you?
Find
sure.
it.
I should sing for you directly.
I don't
Wait,
care about
finish
your
your
voice.
story. I
I
could
sing
care
for
about
you.
This person should be singing for. She's single.
But yeah, so I went back to Calabar. I did that. I soloed the song, and then a day before I was supposed to come back to Lagos, I got the message again that, oh Simon, now you've gotten the job. We need you on Monday. This was already on Saturday. So I was like, okay, no problem. In their head, I'm still in Lagos. They didn't know I was in Calabar. So I had to come back. I had to leave Calabar on Sunday. My plan was to leave Calabar on Monday. But I was like, no, I have to leave. So I left Calabar on Sunday, came to Lagos, went to the office on Monday. We had a little orientation session. And that 2 weeks I went to Calabar to solo the song, right? A friend of mine that was working with us because she's no longer with us, she had connected me to someone in Tinsel, right? Because Tinsel wanted someone to come do something for them. So when I came back to Lagos, I had that meeting with them on Monday. I went to Multitrade's office on Tuesday. I went for that audition and I didn't get a call back till like the next week.
Wow.
Right? So they sent a message to me on Monday, the next week, that, okay, we need you to complete this particular role and everything, and there to shave my beard, reduce my hair. I'm like,
Yes.
do you understand?
Yeah.
I've always heard stories that as an actor, they will need to ask you to do this. I'm like, oh, it don't happen to me for the first time. So that was like my first big job here in Lagos. So have I been doing acting before now? Yes. But I tell you, I started acting just barely 2 years ago when I came to Lagos.
When you came to Lagos.
So after Tinsel, I did Visa on Arrival because my boss, my GM at the radio station, she's one of the producers for Visa on Arrival. So I didn't even have to audition for it. And this was after I had won Mr. Charismatic Nigeria, the Mr. World Nigeria contest, right? And so she was like, she just sent a message to me, Simon, you've been cast for this thing. So they'll reach out to you and everything. So they reached out to me. I went for it. I did the job. Beautiful. So started moving from that. Don't forget, it's not, it wasn't a smooth ride.
It's never a
I had sent messages. I had sent messages to producers. I've been in their DMs on Instagram. Not be joke. If I mention names.
Like, enter my DM. I'm like,
do you understand?
nothing. This boy's in my DM. Like, what are you doing in my DM?
I was there to just say hello. That's it. You know, but I had sent messages upon messages upon messages. Did I get any feedback from these people? No. But guess who's working with them right now?
You.
But there was a process, right? I started from somewhere. Even after Visa on Arrival, I did another African Magic project because I think I'm on one of these pages on Instagram. I think casting something, I can't remember. And so they needed somebody to audition for something. So I'm sure they had other options, right? So I auditioned for it, but they reached out to me. And so I got that role for an African Magic project. And it has been from glory to glory, you know. So from there, I started getting other jobs. Someone reached out to me. Mofe Duncan reached out to me. He gave me a role. And then it's just been like that, you know, from one connection to another connection to another connection. And voila.
But then again, it's never just about the connections.
Right.
Also have to be bringing something.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
If you don't
Most
have the
definitely.
skills for-
Yes.
If you don't have if you've not built yourself, if you've not built skill, you will never get a call back. You might get one opportunity.
Yes, I agree.
You might get
I
one
agree.
opportunity.
I agree.
But if on that opportunity, that first impression, you don't hit the nail on the head, that's it.
So there's this thing that I do, and mind you, I've been doing this for years, even before I came to Lagos. So for every time that I'm watching a film, I'm playing that character in my head. So if, for instance, a Gabriel Afolayan is doing something, right? If the line is, "Are you mad? Why would you say that to me?" Best believe I've acted that like 7 million times in my head, from different angles. From, "Are you mad? Why would you do that to me? Are you mad? What? I've tried it different ways. Like, can this be better? You know, there are like 1 million times I've stood in front of the mirror to act out different characters.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
That's not.
do you understand? So it's not like I sat down in my house and I was. Do you understand?
Distract
But
myself.
most people don't do it. A friend of mine reminded me, I think sometime last month after my birthday, he reminded me that there was a time when I auditioned for my flatmates. I was still in Calabar at that time, and they were all around. We'll have you good friends that will support you. So we are 5. 2 people were outside chasing people from making noise. 2 were inside the room with me while I was trying to record.
Yeah.
I recorded for flatmates. I even did an audition monologue for Kemi Adetiba, one of her movies. I did for
one.
Yes, I did for Ahana the Rattlesnake. This same set of people were with me all through. So he just reminded me, was like, if you remember where you started from.
Yeah.
I think I still have those videos in my phone somewhere, in my Google Drive.
Nice.
So sometimes I go back and I watch them, I'm like, the growth.
Yeah.
The way I used to act that year is not how I'm acting right now. It's different.
Better be,
That year. That year. Bro, I was everywhere, but going to Royal Art Academy helped me. Did I get everything I wanted? Maybe not. But coming into this space and watching more films, practicing on my own. Baba, now every day I do my own
There's
rehearsal.
something Amakaigo of blessed memory always says to us. She says, you want to be a Nigerian filmmaker? The best film school you can ever go to is a Nigerian film set.
Bro.
And every day that statement rings true to me, because I mean, we're a peculiar nation, right? We're peculiar people. we have our peculiarities, and
Every sector comes
with its own peculiarities, yes. And if you want to thrive in this space, you've got to put your head down, put your ears to the ground. Have your eyes glued to the screen. I mean, I've been doing this now. Oh God, the other day I sat there, I was just counting the years when this all began. I mean, 2004 till now.
Godfather.
It's a long time. So in all of these years, I've seen the industry grow. I've seen us attempt many things. We've tried different things. We're getting better.
Right.
Man, or something Alibaba once said at a conference where I was attending. He said, Nollywood's growth is probably going to be the slowest in every sector of the Nigerian economy, but when we eventually hit that gusher, there'll be no stopping us. And I see that statement come true every year.
Yeah.
Every year, our growth is tiny. It's literally like the way the earth expands. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but it's definitely happening. And if you're a close observer of industry trends and stuff, you see that a lot of these things are beginning to happen.
I said the same thing every time.
We are now challenging ourselves. In fact, every day I'm looking at younger filmmakers and I'm like, dude, this was me a few years ago, right? But now these guys are challenging me and I'm like, hey, these children want to collect work from my hand. These children want to but it makes me, I'm older, but I don't stop learning. I go back to the books and I'll say, oh, you know what? Something has to make me stand up.
Yeah.
These kids will say, I've watched your work and all of that. They will go back to their drawing board. They'll want to do something except I better be matching that, matching that energy. I may not be able to match in terms of volume of work, but the one job that comes out from me when they see it is a masterclass. Something that you got to learn from, right?
There's always a factor of what next. What next is a factor that applies in all sectors of practice in Nigeria.
True.
Because there's one thing you do a niche or do something that puts you out there and you're consistent in it without growth, because consistency can keep you in a spot for a long time. By the time growth would come, the people that you started with would have gone so far.
Boom.
So it's very, very essential for you to know that what next factor should actually apply at every stage of your life. When you're thriving in one particular section, before people get bored of that section, what next factor you should be thinking of it, so that you will have something by the time people are bored of that thing, before they even ask you, you've brought it out. So it's just a section where you have to sit down and understand that these things are good now. It is what is selling now, but it's not going to be there forever. To shed more light on what he said, about 2 things he said that actually, I could relate to 100%. One, he spoke about inferiority complex, thinking you're not good enough, in quote. Second, friendship. So the first one now is something I experienced personally. And when people ask me one question, I hope I'm permitted to speak about it here, about
It's keeping. Yeah.
sex for roles. I've experienced it. And the funny thing is,
Haven't
from
we all?
guys.
Haven't we all?
From guys. Now, I'm not going to
Sex
call
for
names.
roles.
Yeah,
And it's
sex
sex
for
for
roles.
everything.
I'm not going to call names.
From modeling to
Even in the
acting to
commercial
everything.
space. Even in the one told me a very big gig at the time. I won't call the name of the brand and I won't call the name of the agent. He told me in his office, you're getting this. Just, it was a commercial audition. And then obviously
Wait a minute.
I
I'm seeing a bit of the there's been this gender bias that women are the ones who suffer this.
it happens.
Because we don't talk
Men.
about
We
it.
don't
It does
talk
not
about
mean
we
it
don't talk
doesn't
about it doesn't
But
mean
it
doesn't
happens
happen.
to men.
It does not mean it doesn't happen. I've suffered it.
It's the
till
reality.
Today,
And I know that
in
I
modeling,
get
in acting, everything.
even till now, it still
Till
comes.
now.
My DM still this very moment I'm saying this, it still comes from men. I'm not talking of women.
For men.
Mm-hmm.
Ha!
So it's something that needs to be addressed.
They wanna whoop your
but
behind, boy.
it's not something that I feel like, because like you said, there's a gender bias to it, right?
Yeah.
So it's more like, oh men, this thing of men enjoy sex and all this and all, that's BS. That's BS. But that's a discussion for another day.
Hi, this is a nighttime gist on Succinct. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
So this whole the friendship and the
Security complex.
inferiority complex thing happening and all. So I know how many times, and one thing with audition and commercial audition started to get saturated with time. Now I didn't have a problem because, like I said, I was looking for a particular pattern to go into. So I didn't think acting was it. I thought commercial audition was it. Because I'll pass signboards. I'll be like, okay, this is nice. Da, 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 da. So I channeled the energy there. So there were times I would go for castings, commercial castings, and a lot of them then was at the Keja. A lot of them. Especially Opebi Allen. And I was at the time, I was living on the mainland. You get. Now, this was before I even had a car, before I was even driving to locations and to auditions and all. So I would leave very early because I'm this kind of person. If I have an audition or something I know I need to do, and I know that my going there will determine when I would leave, I go on time. So I could probably wake up by 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and I'm out of the house even before daybreak and, hit the road and use transport and get there. And I stay there. And my father didn't like it. He didn't like the fact that I was flying those buses going that far.
Right.
Do you understand? He was not okay with it. But I mean, my pops is this kind of person that will tell you, I've made my money, go and make yours. Do you understand? I will set it up for you, but I won't spoon feed you. So he as much as he was bothered about it, he didn't show it. I heard it through my mom. You get. So he was more like, he was just a bit, So I will stay hours. At the end of the day, I won't still get the job. Now, the good thing, money was not a problem. Because I converse to people on set and they tell me things like, the transport they used to spend here and all that stuff. And they'll tell me, at the end of the day, they'll still not get it. I didn't have that financial challenge. I never had it. So it was a plus on my side. The only thing I had to do with was the stress and the patience it came. Many a time, doors were slammed on my face. Many a time, people will look at me and tell me, you can't make it. You can't do this. Do you understand? So the inferiority complex certain, because when you go in and you see some certain people and you look at their faces, they're impressed, you audition. So day after day, week after week, sometimes I'll have something to plan the next day. I have my own schedule and I'll get a message by 11 p.m. from some of my agents and say, okay, be at Allen by this time, so and so and so tomorrow. There's something you need to go and audition for. So I will literally change the whole schedule. I will go sometimes under the rain and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, I would not get it.
Huh.
So it was devastating. Consuming time, energy, going for hours, traffic. At the end of the day, you won't get it.
Hey.
Day after day after day. It messes with your mental health.
Yeah.
No matter how mentally strong you are. As long as you have blood in your veins, it messes with you.
Rejection never sits well with it.
Yeah, it messes with you. So it messed me up. And I'm this kind of person, I have confidence. That is one thing I know God gave me. So for you to mess with me to a point that even people at home are like, okay, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
So it was pretty obvious. But then the good part of it is what he said, friends.
The friends.
I have a
Support
friend that
system.
drove with me from Festac to Atikan Beach Aja
to do a photo shoot.
Damn.
Now, this is like traveling from here to Ibadan because at the time the road was so bad. We spent hours on the road. Then all these things, they were not here now. We drove all the way from Festa. We got home by, I think, 11 p.m. that day. We left by 7 a.m.
Damn.
So those kind of friends, I have had friends who followed me to photo shoots under the rain, because the key thing, the foundational thing to have in commercial is pictures. Without pictures, obviously they won't even look at you twice. So you have to be consistent and updating your shoots, your catalog and all that stuff. So it's something I was doing regularly. Photo shoots, I was doing it as regular as possible. So I had friends that were very supportive, that would, follow me to those places and spend time with me and do all those things. Hold this one, hold that one, do this one, just improvise and just get it done, send it, and after all this efforts, they used to get called back. So it was I mean, now if you see how far you've come, it's something to laugh about. Like you said, if we talk about it in details, we'll not leave it.
Because the very good looking men always just get the role because they're fine guys.
No producer, especially in the YouTube space, would want to cast a guy that is not so fine.
Succinct is here.